whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon. I'm just glad that you guys had decided to vibe with E. Yes, the one and only E. Hey, y'all. Hope y'all feeling amazing, doing amazing, and just being amazing overall. And if not, that's okay. That's all right, my friend, because you know why? Bad times don't last forever, because after every storm, there is a rainbow. And you're getting closer and closer every day to that rainbow, that pot of gold, that light in the tunnel, whichever one you prefer, my friend. I promise you, you're going to get out of this situation. Manifestation is real. Please pray on your situations, but also please be grateful for the situation that you're going through, because the situation is going to help you get to the time you want to get to. Okay? Okay. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for the ones that is not new to this but true to this, hey y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? And as always, happy Wednesday. As I've been slipping on saying that in a minute, but happy Wednesday. Like, I really, really appreciate you guys so very much for taking the time out of y'all busy day to listen to me or watch me, whichever one you prefer. I am so appreciative of it, and I thank you all so very much for still listen to me, watching me, and just being a supportive viber friend, baby, whichever one you prefer, because I really, 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 really do appreciate it. Okay. First and foremost, welcome to the month of November. I hope November brings you nothing but peace, blessings, happiness, new beginnings, new focus, new results, but most importantly, new things that is going to most definitely help you within your situation, as well as help you prepare for us to get into 2026. It's so crazy. Like, we're in November. We're like, this is the 11th month out of the 12th. And then before you know it, we'll be in December, and then we'll be right in January within 2026. I'm super nervous. Like, I'm not trying to rush it. I'm trying to enjoy the rest of 2025 as much as I can. And I hope you all are too, enjoying it, because, you know, I'm real big on now living in the moment. Live in the moment, enjoy the moment, as well as just learn day by day and just, you know, live your life. Things are going to happen. Trust me. It's not a walk in the park. It's not an easy walk in the park within life, but I guarantee you, life is what you make it. And always, you know, put your best foot forward. And yeah. So without further ado, y'all, the new thing I want to do now is read everything off the newsletter, and we're going to jump right into the vibe of the day. Okay. And speaking about the newsletter, y'all, we have 21, as of today, we have 21 newsletters. This is the 21st newsletter, but it's 21, whatever you want to call it. This is the 21st newsletter. This is we have 21 newsletters so far, and I'm super excited about that. Like, this been going on since the podcast has turned 2 years old, and the reason why I did the newsletter is to give you guys insights on what's going on, give y'all like at least 2 hours before the podcast jumps for y'all to see it. That's only if you guys are subscribed to the newsletter, and if not, it's easy peasy, because either way you listen or watch me, I have the link tree connected to every platform. All you gotta do is hit the link tree, and you'll see the box that says sign up for weekly newsletters. And whenever you're ready to do that, you can click on it and just enter your email address, and then once I see your email address, you will be added onto the newsletters, so you can get exclusive like insight on what's going on before you know what actually happens, so you'll be the first one to know. Okay. So yeah, that's super exciting. That's super dope. And I'm super glad for all the people that are getting the newsletters. And if not, I'm so sorry. If you put your email in, I gotta see it. I gotta find it, because I know sometimes things happen. So I'm gonna go back and look if it's not in there. I promise y'all, I try my best not to miss nobody. But if I did, I'm super, super sorry. And we're gonna fix that. Okay. So yes, y'all, we have 21 newsletters, and this is November vibes. And the vibe for this month is gratitude, growth, and grace within cultivating peace in every season. And this is part 1. And we have 4 Wednesdays in the month of November, and I believe December is 5. So I love how I also broke down the months within the vibes of the month, so you guys can understand how the vibes are being developed, as well as the wellness lesson. And the vibing out with guest sessions, y'all, they're somewhat impacting with the vibes of the month as well. But if not, it's okay. It's all right, because vibing out with guests is a whole different series. Like, you know, that's a whole different series. Like, that one is like whatever, you know, whatever the cast want to talk about. So that's neither here or there. So let's get into it. So I already said I hope you're feeling amazing and doing amazing. If not, that's okay. That's all right, because bad times don't last forever. After every storm, there's a rainbow, and you're getting closer to your rainbow every day, my friends. I gotta tell that to y'all again. So we're stepping into November, and this month's theme is all about gratitude, growth, and grace, cultivating peace in every season. November is a time to slow down, reflect, and appreciate the beauty in both the highs and lows. It's a month of thankfulness where we honor how far we have come, acknowledge how we have grown, and give ourselves grace for where we are still evolving. This week's challenge, I challenge you guys to start a gratitude list. This week, each morning or night, write down 3 things, big or small, that you're thankful for. Gratitude helps shift our faith from what's missing to what's meaningful. As you write, take a time to breathe, reflect, and thank yourself for showing up even on the hard days. We also have to, like I say all the time, appreciate them bad days, because them bad days have gotten us to them days that we have been manifesting and praying for and looking for. So please, y'all, November, we have Thanksgiving and all these things going on. And this is why, too, I wanted to do that for you guys to start off with this week, is because, if you do celebrate Thanksgiving and you be at the table and everybody go around and say what they're thankful for, this will help you be prepared so you don't have to think like, oh my gosh, what I'm thankful for. Take the time out to really, write it down. It could be big or small. There's 3 main things you could do it each day or each night, however you prefer. Like for me, y'all, I'm very impacted within my spiritual side now. So it's a must that I have to do the daily prayer. Whatever, like I do on like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, they have people that have the month written out and they have their own theme for the month, and they have Bible verses impacting each day of the month, and it has the Bible verse and impacts with how the day is going to go, or however you feel it's going to go. Whatever verse it is, I write down the verse, I do a reflection, I do a prayer, I do an affirmation, and I do a note to self, because that helps me. And that can also, I write little notes to say like with how this impacts me within the reflection. So something like that can help you guys. That's also to myself. I do say out loud like affirmations, things like, I'm grateful for this, thank you for this, even the bad times. Like I really, really thank God for letting me be able to deal with the things that I dealt with so I could be where I'm at now. It's not easy, and I tell people all the time, we are going to deal with things in our life that we do not want to deal with, but we have to thank God, or whoever you believe in, where we are, because it's not easy. But also just think of it like, I've really been through this. And within that lesson, it taught me so much that I'm not ashamed to say I've been through it, as well as I'm not ashamed to help somebody that might also be going through these things. So just appreciate those big or small achievements in your life, as well as the bad, because they have prepared us for the things that we have been manifesting and praying for. Okay? So let's get into it. Vibing out with E, weekly vibe check, where meaningful conversations meet growth in real life conversations. And today is November the 5th, 2025, and it's a Wednesday drop. And this is the new episode. We are on episode 128. And today's topic of the day is the gift of gratitude, finding joy in the journey. And I'm going to give y'all a little bit of insight on why this is important. And then we're going to finish the newsletter and we're going to jump right into the vibe of the day. So this week's vibe is all about embracing gratitude as more than a feeling. It's a lifestyle. We dive into how practicing gratitude daily can help you see joy in your journey. Even when life feels uncertain, gratitude transforms your perspective, grounding you in peace and helping you find the beauty even in every season of growth. In this episode, we will cover the real meaning of gratitude and how it changes your mindset, how gratitude turns everyday moments into source of joy, the connections between gratitude, mental health, and peace, ways to practice gratitude intentionally through reflections and mindfulness, and how being thankful helps you release compassion and embrace contentable moments. This episode is your reminder that joy is not found in what's perfect. It's found in what's present. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you're meant to be. Okay? So thank you. I hope you guys will enjoy this, because I love doing a little insight for y'all, and then it gets y'all excited so you can learn and understand the importance of the Bible today. So, guys, we do have a vibing out with guest appearance this weekend, and I'm super, super excited because if you are new here, vibing out with guests has been a very important series to me. Not only is vibing out with E very important, but vibing out with guests is also a very important series because this series had not only helped me to motivate myself to put others on the platform, but it also helped me to be comfortable within being able to allow people to come onto my platform and just tell their story within wellness and education. And if you're new here, we have been jumping like it's every so rare that we wouldn't have a guest, but things happen and sometimes we need a break. And it was so crazy when I didn't have a vibing out with guest appearance, and I was like, this is a little bit weird. But now we get our mojo back slowly but surely because if you're new here, also, and then the ones that are not new to this but true to this, our goal for vibing out with guest series is to hit 30 guest appearances before December 31st, 2025, and that's on a Wednesday. So right now we will, as of this Friday coming up, we will have 25 guest appearances. And this is this week, but it's this Friday, November the 7th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's when Vibing Out with Guests comes out. And let me give y'all a little snippet and then we're going to get into it. So, Vibing Out with Guests is proof that every story, no matter where it starts, has the power to inspire others. This week's episode marks a special milestone that's the 25th guest appearance on the show. We made it to 20, now I made it to 25, and now our goal is to hit 30. Hopefully, I am now comfortable within reaching out to people, and I love TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. Well, Twitter, not I really don't be on Twitter that much, but Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, that's where I see the people, amazing people on there that's doing content, and it impacts with things that you don't really hear so much, especially in my city. But also, guys, too, if you're new here from the OGs, I am also willing to do Zoom, and I've never did a Zoom yet, but I am waiting patiently for whatever guests want to do Zoom. But sometimes I know the people that I've came across, they prefer to be in person because this is their first time also, and they get the feel of, how the things go within vibing out with guests on my platform and in general of how a podcast is. So yeah, we've made it to 25 guest appearances. That is super dope as well because if you don't know, Vibing Out with Guests have started this year on Friday, February 14th. However, which was kind of crazy, I was trying to do it on February 15th because Vibing with E came out on June 15th. So I was like, okay, I feel like I should have put Vibing Out with Guests on February 15th to keep the 15th rolling, but it's okay because it started out for Valentine's Day and it was a series to help people because the first episode was going to originally be a guest that's going to talk about love within educating people on the importance of loving yourself and loving others, as well as the wellness of how love makes you feel and sometimes how it can affect you. But if that didn't happen, that's okay, it's all right. So I shout out to my first ever guest who was also my photographer who took the pictures for me within the rebranding of Vibing Out with Guests. Like, I'm super, super grateful for him, as well as the guests that came after him and the future guests and the present guests. Like, I am really so thankful for all you guys that took the time to be on my platform and for the ones that are going to be on the platform, because Vibing Out with Guests whole purpose is to have people from the city or wherever to just come onto my platform and it be, it's all about them for the day. I'm learning about them. They're expressing whatever topic they want to talk about impacting education and wellness, because I feel as though regardless of how big or small a topic may be, you're learning from it, as well as you're learning how can it affect you on the wellness side, emotionally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, even financially. That's a big thing that I'm incorporating now, because finance is a big thing that we're going through in general. Before, like in the news, it became really like an eye opener for us, but even in general, these things are very important, and I just love hearing from others that is willing to sit on my platform and just to tell their story to my listeners, because not only are we national, but we get international too. Like I see like Canada and stuff like that on there, Toronto, stuff like that. Like y'all, it's just so crazy. Singapore, I think I even seen Japan, like London. Like I love it. Like I really, really appreciate it. And I thank you all so very much for not only just supporting vibing with E, but also vibing out with guests, because it takes a lot out of me as me by myself and others that are guests to even just be comfortable with sitting in front of the camera and just being able to be vocal on what they want to talk about or what they have gone through. So I thank you so very much, and I thank you to the ones that have been listening and watching as well. And if you're new here, thank you so much, and I hope you be here for a good time. Because we're here for a good time in a long time. You know they be saying, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. No, we're here for a good time in a long time, okay? We are 2 years in, and I want 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, I want decades to come, okay? So, yes, vibing out with guests is proof that every story, no matter where it starts, has the power to inspire others. This week's episode marks a special milestone, the 25th guest appearance on the show. In this powerful and insightful conversation, we're sitting down with Miss Johnson and Dr. Cornish, two incredible women who embodies wisdom, leadership, and purpose. Together, they open about financial empowerment, life transition, and legacies and impact. Three important things that is needed to help us that shape not only personal growth but also generational success. Through their stories and perseverance, they remind us that success is not just about what we have accomplished and stuff. It's about the alignment, the service, and leaving something meaningful behind. And the topics that we've covered were the importance of financial literacy in empowering future generations, navigating life's transitions with grace, patience, and self-awareness, building a legacy root in faith, community, and importance, how growth and gratitude inserts during different seasons of life, and the wisdom of using every lesson as fuel for purpose. This conversation is filled with timeless jewels and heart-centered truth. Is a reminder that financial empowerment and personal peace goes hand in hand, and that the legacy you build becomes with the choices you make today. Okay, so I really am so thankful for them amazing, beautiful Black women to come on my podcast and talk about financial empowerment, because as me coming up into this world and the economy and stuff, it's very important. It's never too late to educate someone about finance, because it's very needed, especially if you have money, where can you invest your money at, how can you make it grow, what like setting payments and things like that. And also going into setting up your own family wealth. Sometimes we were all not some of us did not come from a background of our parents or guardians having the money to pay for certain stuff. Sometimes we had to go out and get it, or we had to work hard to get like scholarships and fellowships and things like that. So, and just sitting down with them, y'all, I cannot wait for you guys to hear it or watch it, because the vibe in there was so phenomenal. It was amazing, and I learned so much that I am most definitely willing to do this. And the best thing about it is too that both of them beautiful women are financial coaches. So please do not hesitate on reaching out to them. Their information will be in the bios or whatever way you listen or watch me, as well as listen and watch the Vibing Out with Guest series episodes. Please contact them, because they are very helpful and they're willing to help you. And I cannot wait when you guys hear their stories, because it's so impactful and it's so like they're so genuine and from the heart from it. So yes, that was so phenomenal. I thank them so very much, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it, and I cannot wait for you guys to also learn some things from them as well. So yeah. And the quote of the week is, gratitude turns what we have into enough. And that was once said by Melody Betty. She said that gratitude turns what we have into enough. So we have to appreciate what we have. And as always, stay connected. Follow the podcast page on Instagram at vibing.with.E. Please use the hashtag vibingwithe to share your favorite reflections and what are you thankful for this month. And until the next vibe from your favorite podcaster by now, or life coach E. Okay, the host of Vibing with E LLC. We got to put that LLC in there, because we are a brand. We are a big brand now, and we're trying to expand as much as we can. Okay. So let's get into it. If you're new here, once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for the ones that are not new to this, but true to this, hey y'all, what's up? What's popping? And as always, whether you're on the go or on the move, I just want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy hearing my voice because, as always, every vibe of the day is something special, okay? So turn me up on your PCs, your speakers, your headphones, your phones, laptops, whichever way you're listening to me, car radios, your TVs, whatever, because, like I said, every vibe of the day is something special. And it's so crazy. I've been looking at like the numbers and stuff. A lot of people are listening to me on PCs, and that's super dope. Cause like, okay, cool. Turn me up on your. Even I see Alexas and all that. What's the other one for Google? Hey Google and all that. Thank you. Turn me up on whichever way you do because, as always, every vibe of the day is something special. Even wellness one-on-one lessons. Okay. Okay, and if you're new here, once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're not new to this, you already know what we about to do. When I started out Vibe Now with E, I used to freestyle a lot and just talk and talk and talk. And sometimes I used to go off topic. So now we have developed a good plan that started, I think, within the beginning of the year. No, I did it last year before the podcast turned 2 years old, I believe. And I developed every vibe of the day within the definition, defining like what is the vibe of the day's topic, like what is it, and then the 5 W's: the who, what, when, where, why, the quote of the day, which is the quote of the week. And thank you for tapping in, little note. And the notes that I have are from my opinions, some from online, as well as just going off the top of the dome. Okay. And I always reintroduce the vibe of the day as well. And then we get into it and then we just go from there. So today's vibe of the day is the gift of gratitude, finding joy in the journey, which is episode 120. We're on episode 128. The gift of gratitude, finding joy in the journey. Now let's get into it. So let's define like what is the definition, like what is the whole purpose of not only this episode, but what is the purpose of us understanding the gift of gratitude within finding joy within the journey that we're going through? Because everyone goes through a different type of journey. My journey may be 10 times different from y'all's, and vice versa. We all go through so much in our life, but do we really sit back and enjoy the journey? Like regardless of how big or small things been, how high and lows, the emotional roller coasters, things like that. Have we learned how to really embrace the joy in within the gift of the gratitude of helping us find the joy within the journey that we've been going through? And I will say this personally for myself, I'm slowly but surely finding and learning to appreciate and find joy within the journey that I have, with me being able to see that the gift of gratitude is important, as well as being thankful for every situation and lesson and people that come into my life, regardless of how big or small it is. If they turn into reason people, that mean people that will be in my corner and I feel, like I depend on, I can count on them. And then you have seasonal, the ones you may still need to dig a little deeper on and may or just may be for just associates and things of that nature. So, gratitude is the practice of realizing and appreciating the good, both the big and small, as well as the bad as well, that exists in your life. Is more than the saying thank you. Is a mindset that trains your heart to see light. Even in the midst of challenges, gratitude helps you shift from your focus from what's meaning to what's meaningful, grounding you in the present moment. When practicing intentional gratitude becomes a source of strength, perseverance, and peace. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into blessings and challenges, into opportunities for growth. It teaches you that joy isn't tied into perfection. It's found in presence. The more you nurture your gratitude, the more you realize that happiness doesn't come from having more. It comes from appreciating what you already had. And that's another thing too that I'm really big on when it comes to me finding the joy in the journey within being able to really appreciate the gift of gratitude, because just being able for me to appreciate what I already have is and keep on and not really keep manifest not I'm not gonna say keep on manifesting, but keep on pushing myself and keep beating myself up on what I don't have, because I am very grateful for what I have right now, especially within the situations that I went through that helped me to get through these rough times or these good times as well. So the whole purpose of the gift of gratitude, finding joy in the journey, is everything that I said. But also the whole purpose too is the gratitude is practicing of realizing and appreciating the good within the good and the bad, as well as the big and the small that exists in our life. So going back to, like I say all the time in the intro, bad times don't last forever, because after every storm there's a rainbow, and you're getting closer and closer every day to that pot of gold, that light at the end of the tunnel, whichever one you prefer. But please still also appreciate what you have gone through, no matter how bad it been through, because that those type of situations in our life had helped us to be able to be grateful for what we have now, and to appreciate the gift of the gratitude, with us being able to find joy in our journey, regardless of how much stress and how much pain and so much suffering and things that we went through. We still have to find, like, was it joy in the morning? I think I'm saying it wrong, but we still have to find happiness within everything that we go through, because like one of my friends said, who was also a guest on here too, shout out to Mari, that one of his friends told him that once you're at the bottom, is the only way you want to go is to the top. But you also have to appreciate where you're at, even if you feel like it's probably rock bottom. Because I'm also big on too, I learned from my parents that certain things are not for you right now. Everybody wants the same. Some people want the same things like you, but sometimes it's for them, and you have to let them have that moment, and you give them their flowers, and you cheer them on, because when it's your time, you should be grateful for it, and then also be able to find the joy into it too, even if it's not coming to you right now. Still be able to appreciate the gratitude, the gift of gratitude that you have right now for yourself, within the big or small, the good and bad blessings that you've been through, because it's just more than saying thank you. It's about the mindset that you train for your heart to see light, even in the midst of a challenge. And I always see the good in things, regardless of how bad the situation is, because it's like, things happen, and things happen for a reason. But I always find joy in the moment, and then through my journey, because it happens. It may not be for me right now, but I'm still going to be able to be thankful for it, because it may not be my time, but I'm still going to give this person their flowers, as well as showing them that I'm grateful for what you have. And I want you to also be grateful for what you're doing and what you're giving out, as well as pouring out. So it's very important that we train our minds and our heart to see the light. Even if we don't see the light, we still need to train ourselves properly to see the light, even in the midst of the challenges that we go to, because gratitude helps us shift our focus from what's missing to what's meaningful. Because sometimes we always think and sit back like, dang, I'm missing this in my life. Like me, sometimes for me, I'd be like, I'm missing the piece of having people in my life that I feel like I should have, like more friends. I should be surrounded by people that brings purpose in my life, or having a significant other as well to help me fix the peace in my life, when I should be now, that I'm now seeing that even though I'm grateful for what I have, but gratitude also helps me to shift my focus from what I'm missing to what's meaningful. Like, I'm thankful for my family. I'm very thankful for my family, the people that I live with. I'm very grateful for them. My parents, my uncle, my dog, and my siblings. I'm very grateful for them. Without them, I don't think I wouldn't have as much motivation. And being the oldest too, it's not an easy go round, but I'm grateful to be the oldest, because it gives me structure. And even at times when I feel frustrated and I'm over and I don't want to do this, I still got to remember I have to keep going, and I have to show them that you have to be able to deal with these things that come your way, but also be thankful of what you have going on, because sometimes we don't look at those things. We don't really pay attention to what is meaningful for us. We don't really find the joy within the journey that we have right now, because we're always so stuck on what's missing. And I still have my moments. I'm gonna lie, y'all. On Sunday, I had my moment where I'm like, dang, I want a significant other, or I want more friends. But it's like, right now, that's the missing pieces that's going to come sooner than later, or sooner or later, whatever in life. But I still need to be able to see the gift of the gratitude I have now, within finding the joy in my journey, that I have my family. I have the friends that I do have, but also to within me, also not only being a podcaster slash life coach, I'm a school social worker intern right now. And I'm grateful that I'm able to give off the jewels that I learned from my parents, and peers to give to the children that are served, because you never know how much somebody needs to hear that. So being able to, we have to train our minds and our heart to see light even in the midst of the challenges. And I've always said to myself, like, I've been going through this, I've been going through that, but regardless of all these things that I've been going through, I've trained my heart now to understand that it was meant for to happen. But I'm going to accept it, and I'm not going to keep saying I don't know why this happened and questioning the man upstairs on what's going on, because things are bound to happen. But and you're gonna be able to understand that it's okay. We go through these things, but it doesn't mess up who you are and what your main focus is, because gratitude transforms ordinary moments into blessings and challenges into opportunities for growth. You're going to have those blessings and you're going to have those opportunities, and you're going to have those challenges in life too. But with both of them, you have to embrace them as the gift of gratitude, within finding the joy in your journey, finding the peace of it, regardless of how reckless and how much mayhem it brings. Still find a joy in it. It's like finding joy in the morning. Even when we go through these things in our life, we still have to find joy and not let this thing or this person spoil what we have going on. So that's the whole purpose of the gift of gratitude, finding joy in the journey and keep going, because it teaches you, me, myself and I, as well as you guys, however you want to put yourself to, that joy isn't tied into perfection. It's in the presence. It's found in the presence. So embrace it. Because the more we nurture the gratitude, the more we realize that happiness doesn't come from having more. It comes from us being appreciative of what we already have, who we have, and why we have these things and what we're going through. So being able to appreciate that. The gift of gratitude is being able to enjoy what you have within the process of your life, within also enjoying the joy in the journey that you're going through now. Okay? So who is this impacted? Who benefits the most from practicing, gratitude regularly? Well, first and foremost, within every vibe of the day so far, it impacts everyone, unless it's like Women's Month or Men's Month. Oh, also shout out to the men out there, because November is also Men's Health Month. Is not Men's Mental Health Month. Men's Mental Health Month is in June, and Men's Health Month is in November, to get the breakdown of their health, such as, blood pressure, things like that. Oh, excuse me. Mental health mentally focus on like how to practice, how to practice the proper way on for a man to get the help that he needs, but also do things that is meant for him and things of that nature. So yeah, shout out to all the men out there. Health is wealth, and I hope you guys take a lot of insight and take the resources that impacts with your health, because your health matters just as much as a woman. Okay. So who is impacted? Like, who is benefited from practicing gratitude regularly? Everyone is impacted within understanding the gift of gratitude, within finding joy in their life. Everyone is, from students, parents, professionals, business owners. I do not care what type of title you hold. You as an individual is impacted with the benefit of who is this impacted with. Like, why is this important and things of that nature. We're going to get into more into depth later. But who benefits most from practicing gratitude? It's everyone. Regardless of whatever title you hold, everyone is benefited from this. Everyone, from students to professionals, parents to leaders, can benefit from embracing gratitude as a daily practice. It's especially powerful to those who feel stuck and compassion, burnt out, or convincing, or constantly starving. Gratitude reminds us to slow down and celebrate progress instead of chasing perfection. Those expecting transformation, uncertainty, or loss can find deep comfort in gratitude, as it helps restore perfection and and resentment. Gratitude doesn't erase hardship. It reframes it. It gives meaning and hope to what once felt heavy. In truth, the practice of gratitude impacts both givers and receivers, creating a rip effect of peace. Ooh, y'all heard what I said. I'm going to say it to you again. Gratitude does not erase hardship. It reframes it. giving meaning and hope to what once felt heavy. Now let's get into that part. This impacts everyone, from a student to parents to professionals to leaders, whatever. Just we're gonna think of it like this. This impacts everyone, from children all on up to elder adults. This impacts everyone. Everyone is impacted with the gift of gratitude, finding joy in the journey. And I'm going to tell you why. Gratitude does not erase hardship. Going back to bad times don't last forever. We have to be able to be thankful and grateful for what we have gone through. Gratitude is one of the many things that we also have to understand within the purpose of finding the joy within the journey, is because it doesn't erase the hardship. It doesn't erase the hardship, but it reframes it, such as we have to be, we have to be able to embrace what we've gone through, but as well as not being ashamed of what we've gone through. Because at times we go through these things in life where it's like, damn, I've been through so much, and that hardship had put so much onto me that I don't want it to ever happen again. And once you manifest and pray and have the blueprint and have all these plans to make sure it doesn't happen again, sometimes we forget to appreciate those times. We appreciate to have the gratitude of embracing the hardship that we've been through, to find the joy within the journey, because the gift of gratitude is to help us to find the joy in the journey. Sometimes we just be like, I be damned if I go back and relive that moment. But I'm going to tell you this from a person that been through some things too that you guys have been through as well, or maybe y'all been through things 10 times different than me and vice versa. Please, please, please do not erase them hardships that went through your life. Embrace them. Embrace them, because they have helped us to be where we are. Going back to, bad times don't last forever. That's a perfect example of understanding that gratitude doesn't erase it, but it reframes it. So we've been through these bad times, and the reframing is, after every storm there's a rainbow, pot of gold, whatever you're looking for. But it also helps us to understand that we have to embrace those things that we've gone through, regardless of who we are and how many titles that we hold and license and degrees that we have. We still have to understand that we're human and we go through these things. But we also have to find the gratitude of understanding that we cannot erase those things, because those things have helped us. And looking back, we'd be like, wow, I've really been through this. And you never know if someone may come to you and ask you, or they express, have a venting session on explaining what they've been through and what they've gone through. And I feel like, too, the realest of the realest people is when they are not afraid to admit that they've been through some things. Like, they've been going through some things. They've been through some things that they did not want to go through, but they learned from it, as well as they embodied what they have gone through, because it's been times in their life where they didn't think this could happen to them, but it happens. But not only did it happen, but it humbled them. And it also helped them understand that I'm human, just like the next person. And we're going to go through things in life. And that's why gratitude becomes a big play for all of us, regardless of the titles, again, or who we are. Because we have to understand that gratitude not only is powerful for those who feel stuck in compassion, burned out, or constantly starving, it reminds us to slow down and celebrate the progress instead of chasing perfection. That goes into, as well, going back to, please appreciate the big and small, the good and bad things that happens in your life. That's you being able to find the joy in the journey, within the gift of gratitude, within being able to embrace it and feeling that fresh air, embracing it, regardless of how far you've come or where you've been at, or just the start. Please embrace it, and please love on it, because we fail to realize to appreciate those things. We fail to really love on those things, as well as to protect those things, because we be so caught up in the moment of getting to the good part. We be so caught up in the moment of getting to the good part. We be so caught up within getting to the good part, and not really being grateful for what we have. Showing the gratitude, the gift of gratitude, that I've been through some stuff. But I need to appreciate that if I didn't go through these things, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And that's the thing, that when it comes to gratitude, within also being able to understand that we have to slow down. remind us to slow down and not rush it. And I'm real big on, like my dad say, slow and steady wins the race, because if you rush it, you're not going to get the results that you want. When you rush things, you're not learning from it. You're not learning as you go, as well as you're not learning from your mistakes. You're not giving yourself the platform as well as the time to really reflect on the things that you probably need to learn from. Like, we all make mistakes. Everybody has those days where mistakes are going to happen. But that doesn't make you less of a person, because no one's perfect. And that's why it's very important within gratitude is showing us to also slow down, but and celebrate the process instead of chasing perfection, because we experience those things. And when we do those things, we're not appreciating the gift of the joy within the journey. We're not appreciating the gratitude of the gift of gratitude, because within those experiences, we lose sight of things. We're uncertain, and within the transition that we're going through, we don't find the deeper connection within it. We don't feel the deep comfort and gratitude. And that's why it's important for you to change the narrative of appreciating what you have going on. Appreciate the gratitude, as well as being able to let that help you to restore perfection and resentment in your life. Because going back to, gratitude does not erase hardship, but it reframes it in a way that you want it to be framed. And it gives a meaningful and hope to what once felt heavy in your life to not feel heavy anymore. Because the practice of gratitude impacts both us who are givers and receivers to create a rift of peace, the effect of peace. And peace is a big thing in our life that I'm real big on, that regardless of what goes on, please find peace within everything that goes on, from the good and the bad in our life, the small, good, bad, whatever. Please find joy within the midst of everything that's going on in your life. And within joy, you find peace, happiness, blessings, compassion, and things like that. So within the benefit, who benefits most from practicing gratitude, and impacts with everyone, regardless of what title that you hold. You as a human being yourself, this impacts you. I want you to understand that gratitude doesn't erase the hardships, it reframes it. It gives a deeper meaning, and it gives hope to what you have been manifesting and praying for, that once was so heavy for you doesn't make it heavy for you anymore. But I want you to remember, like, this is the practice of gratitude that impacts not only just us as humans, but also the ones that are very big on giving and the ones that are big receivers, because it creates a ripple of effect for us to find peace within every source of aspect, regardless of you, if you are a giver or a receiver. And also helping us to understand that we have to be able to realize that it is a gift within everything we go through, regardless of how big or small or good or bad it is. The gift of gratitude within finding joy in our journey is very important, because we go through it and we're humans, and it's important that we learn from what we've gone through, as well as finding the wellness and the peace that is needed for us to keep going, which impacts with what is the benefit, what are the key benefits of living with gratitude. It's so many benefits and key points when it comes to living with gratitude, and my favorite one is living life on the edge and being able to enjoy it as much as possible. Yes, we're going to go through these days where we may not have the energy, or things may not go as planned, but we still need to find joy in the midst of it and be grateful for what happens, because gratitude doesn't erase hardship, but it replaces it with things that we have want. It reframes it. So gratitude rewires your mindset for joy and contentment. It boosts mental health by reducing stress, anxiety, and a feeling of sarcastic. When you focus on what's going right, your brain naturally produces more um, opportunities, creativity, and motivation. Beyond emotional well being, gratitude strengthens relationships. It deepens empathy, improves communication, and builds trust. It also increases resilience, helping you recover faster from setbacks, because your heart stays aching in hope. And ultimately, gratitude allows you to live fully present, embracing both progress and imperfection as part of your journey. So the benefit of living with gratitude is understanding that it rewires your mindset. It changes you in a good way, not a bad way. It changes you in a way that you never thought it could change you. I would say gratitude has helped me in so many ways because I used to have the mindset of where I would be like, why is this happening to me? What is going on? Why is this happening? Like, it never gave me the time to really sit back and find the joy within everything that went on in my life. At the age that I am now, and as well as getting, oh, excuse me, y'all, as well as the age that I am now, and me getting the help that I have made a vow to myself and made a promise to make sure that I'm going to get, it has now helped me to be able to find the gift of the gratitude within, finding joy within my journey, because the key benefits of living with gratitude is being able to find joy within everything and finding the commitment within it. I've been through some things now with even within this journey of getting the help that I have been manifesting and praying for. I've been through some things, but I still thank God that it happened for me. Even it may sound crazy, like, why are you thinking, like, why are you being thankful for something bad happens? Because I learned from it. And not only did I learn from it, I'm grateful that it happened to me and the gratitude that it prepared me to have. Because mentally, it helped me mentally. Because I used to have moments in my life where I was so stressed out that it was hard for me to get out of it. And it helped me reduce my stress. My anxiety is still, it still kicks in, but it's not as bad as it was. As well as like the feeling of like sarcasm and being scared and all that stuff, it doesn't affect me no more, because the key benefit within the living with gratitude is understanding that it rewires how you think of things, and it rewires how you handle things, as well as how you say things. Because I used to say some things to myself, I wouldn't say it out loud, but it also helps you within saying things out loud on, you know, it really changes you. It changes you for the better. And within the rewiring my mindset, it helped me find joy. It helped me find joy, but it also helped me focus on what's going on right for me right now. And it helped my brain to naturally, produce more like opportunities for me to be even more creative, as well as for me to keep on motivating others as well as motivating myself. Because if I stay stagnant, if you're new here, stagnant is one of the words I like to say, because I used to live in a stagnant type of situation. When you're stagnant, you don't give yourself grace to explore something new, explore others. And I was once that person that's like isolating yourself from things. And being able to have gratitude, it gets you out of that stagnant energy environment and that rock feeling. It gives you the freedom of, like, when you have a lock and you need a key to unlock it. Once you unlock it, here's the gratitude coming in, because when you keep it on lock, nothing's coming in, and nothing and no one's going to break it. It can't, open you up. Because it also helped me to understand that it helped my brain so much. Like, yes, we still going to go through some moments. And I know you, my friend, are probably going through some moments and just listening. Like, it's hard. It is hard. But still find the joy within the journey. Because in understanding the gift of gratitude is being able to be thankful for what you have going on. But also finding joy, even if it's so bad. Find happiness in it. Because the more and more you stay angry, you're going to rub people the wrong way. And it's going to have people not wanting to be around you. Had that feeling too. So sometimes we have to really think deeper into things and how we maneuver, because, not only are we who we are, we're living in a time where people are around 24/7 now. We're back around people. It's impossible at times to be alone for a certain amount of time, because I feel like too that you lose people skills. So every day, day by day, I know, my friend, it's hard. But find the joy in it, or make joy out of it. Do what's best for you and find peace within everything that goes on. Because the gift of gratitude is, just appreciating the little things too. It's the simple things that helps people. And it's the simple things that people appreciate. It's just being able to find joy within whatever's going on in your journey. And being able to understand that the benefit of living with grace is also beyond your emotional well-being, because gratitude strengthens relationships too. It deepens empathy. Empathy is a big thing, putting yourself into someone else's shoes, because you never know. And if you put yourself in their shoes, it's like, okay, what would I want someone to help me to do within a situation, or how can they help me without me being nasty, but also being able to accept the gift of the gratitude that they're giving me and that I'm giving to them. And that also what helps them with also with them being able to impact as well as improve communication. I sucked at communicating with people at a certain time. I felt like if I say this, it's not going to go right, and I'm second guessing myself. But sometimes you never know. It's need to be stuck. Let it be out on the table, because you never know that it's probably best to say it. It's best to be heard and not to be, quiet sometimes. And I'm big on the saying my mother say too, closed mouths don't get fed. And it doesn't. Regardless of whatever's going on in the conversation, somebody asks for your opinion or whatever, say it, because it may hold a lot of weight. Within you having the gratitude to even stand up vocally for yourself and communicate better, that's one way that you are embracing the joy within your journey. Regardless if it's small or not. It's big or small within the classroom, wherever you are at. Don't be afraid to speak up, because that impacts with communication as well as building trust. Trust me, y'all. I'm still in the process of being able to trust people. It's so hard, because when you've been through so many things in your life, or a situation may have, affect you. I still found joy in those situations, but it's still hard for me to even do it, because it's like day by day I'm learning and I'm appreciating while as I'm learning, but also I'm taking my time and understand, like, okay, it's not going to happen overnight. And sometimes you have to let the days go by, the weeks and months, but don't let it go by too long. But keep on going and keep on doing what's for you, because if they don't come to you, if you don't come to them, they're going to come to you. Either way, it's going to evolve. But it's very important that, we have that empathy, so it can help us improve communication, build trust, but also it increases our resentment, with it helping us recover faster from setbacks, because our heart stays aching in hope. And I'm learning too to not hold everything to the core so much. But certain things will hurt you to the core. That's going to take you time to release and find the gratitude within that, as well as seeing the gift of the gratitude, as well as and finding the joy within it. Because sometimes for certain people, they're like, man, I don't give a damn. It is what it is. And I know some like me, man, I gotta complain about it. I gotta let it out and find a solution before I could be like, look, I gotta let this go. But it's okay, because we're all different, and that makes us one of a kind when you're different. But once we are able to find the gift of gratitude within, finding the joy within the journey, where we will be able to, it will be able to help us recover faster from setbacks, because our heart stays aching in hope, like finding hope within a situation. And sometimes, being a two sided deep diver person doesn't kill anything either, because I'm very two-sided, and I think two-sided. I'm really real deep, but like I'm like, okay, if this happens, okay, cool. If it go my way, that's even better. But either way, I'm still going to be grateful and have the gift of gratitude displayed. Like, it happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us. But it's okay, because gratitude allows us to live fully in the present moment, being able to also embrace both process and imperfection as part of our journey. We're learning as we go, so we have to embrace the gift of gratitude, as well as understand that it's going to happen. Things are going to happen, but we need to still find joy within any given time, because the more and more we settle on not finding it, we're going to them days are not going to happen for us. Next, when should you practice gratitude? When is the best time to lean into gratitude? I feel like anytime, all the time, right away. When you feel like you need to embrace the impact and the body of gratitude, do it as soon as possible. Ask for help, watch videos, whatever. Just when you feel like it's time for you to embrace the gift of gratitude to help you find the joy in your journey, do so. Always practice it, as well as knowing when is the best time to lean into it is always necessary. Gratitude is not just the moment for blessings, it's a tool for navigating seasons of challenges, confusion, or change. The best time to practice gratitude is when life feels overwhelming or unclear because it directs your attention to what skills and work still sorry y'all, because it redirects your attitude and your attention to what still works and still is beautiful. In your daily life, gratitude can be practiced in the morning to set the tone for your day or at night as reflection before rest. You can also use gratitude in the moments of frustration to shift from reacting to rejection. No matter when you choose to practice, gratitude invites calm, clarity, and joy back into your perfection. Now, I added the part in there when um about the rejection. You can also use gratitude in moments of frustration to shift from reacting to reflections and rejections. Now, going back into friendships, jobs, careers, family members, everything. Sometimes people are not going to be meant for you. And we have to learn the gift of gratitude within the art of finding joy in the journey when it comes to things of reflection, reaction to reflection of frustrations of rejection. It took me I'm gonna say a long time. It took me a good while to understand that rejection is going to happen. I learned my first encounter with rejection within jobs. I've learned that, this job even though I feel and I know I'm qualified for this job, the person who is the hiring manager and stuff may feel like it's not for me, as well as to the man I believe in. It's not for me. And I still have to find the way to find the gift of gratitude within being thankful and being able to not blow up. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. It was a job I wanted so bad in the hospital. The time, lovely. The days, lovely. Everything was what I wanted while I was in undergrad. I applied for the job, got the interview, bam, I was in there. Until I got a call, I got the call, going to move on to someone else, and then a couple days got the email. A week or two later, got a call again saying, we want you. And in the midst of the whole situation, when they told me they were moving on to somebody else, it crushed me. But I was like, I have a job still that's working out for me, even though I really don't like it. But I still got to be grateful and be still embrace the gift of the gratitude that I have a job and still making income while in school, because some people have put their career goals on hold so they can work jobs to get there, to be fully financially there, things of that nature. So I was like, okay, it's cool. Because in the midst of when they called back, I was like, I was already over it. I was like, I don't think it's, like you guys said, I don't think it's for me. And right now I had to look at the gift of the gratitude that I have right now. I had to think of all the things I have right now. Being thankful for what I have right now. Like, you know what? I declined it respectfully. Like how they declined me respectfully, I've declined it respectfully. As in going within dating. We all have been rejected within certain people that we've wanted. And I looked at people, I wouldn't say I looked at people as jobs, but I looked at a situation of rejection within a person may not wanting me, even as a friend or a significant other. Like, okay, this person may not be for me right now. This person may not be what I think they are for me. They may not be the one for significant other reasons. They may not be for me within friendship reasons, as well as family members. And I say this humbly as possible. It helped me to understand that all them times I was so overwhelmed or unclear, it helped me redirect my attention to what still is working for me and what is beautiful for me. As well as I didn't second guess myself like I used to on why this is happening or why they don't want this, and guessing like, is it me I'm the problem? No. Sometimes people know if they're no good, they do not want a good person coming in their life and they doing them dirty. So I learned that as well. It hurt. But I was like, it happens. because it also helped me to be able to display gratitude within me, being able to practice gratitude in the morning to set the tone for my day. Even when I'm at the school with my students, sometimes I'll be saying I'm ready to go home. Most of the time I'm saying it as a joke. But in the morning, I motivate myself. The affirmations, the daily prayers, listen to music to help me get myself together. As well as too, I'm big on fashion. Wearing certain clothes, putting pieces together will also make you, that's the gratitude too of getting yourself together in the morning. Even at night, if you work night shifts or whatever. Find things that's going to help you to get through the day or get through these people that we work with, because we still need to understand that we have to redirect our attention to things that still work and is still beautiful to us and is still flourishing and flowing. We have to set the tone for that. We have to set the tone for that. Even when we go to bed, we have to set the tone for us to be, when we go to sleep, set that tone of reflection and being calm, because it's needed. Because in those moments of us feeling frustrated, we have to shift our reactions from being so frustrated, caught up, and we like, damn this and that, to reflection. Being able to reflect on it. Because no matter what you choose to practice, gratitude invites calmness, clarity, and joy back into your perfection. Regardless of what you go through, my friend, I'm going to say this now. Please don't let nothing or no one steal your joy, because gratitude is there to always help you to open the door. It invites itself to your life to open the door to let you know that we're going to get to a place where you're going to be calm again, or we're going to find a new way to be calm. Clarity. You're going to make sure that you know what's clear for you and what's not, as well as finding joy regardless of what's going on. Do not let nothing or no one steal your joy, because that's hard to get back. But being able to embrace and live and love on the fact of the gift of gratitude with it, finding joy in the journey, is very needed, because it sets the tone for you throughout your day, your life, the come, as well as it helps you practice the gratitude of when life feels overwhelming or unclear. You're able to redirect yourself into things and understanding that I'm going to be calm. I know the clarity, I know the joy is going to come, and I'm okay with everything that goes on. Because you know what's best for you. And setting that tone is very important. Regardless of things that, we've been hoping and manifesting and praying for, when we get the rejection on it, it's like, okay, it may not be for me. And that's why we have to put our boots on and keep on marching to things that is going to make sure that it's for us. But we have to set the tone on when rejection and things come, or frustration, we know how to redirect it, and don't let this person or this thing get to us or show that they got the best of us. Because of course it's going to get to the best of you, but you still got to put that face on, like, okay. And when you go home, you got to be in private, like, damn, but we got to still understand the gift of gratitude is very important, and that we need to find the joy within the journey, within understanding that things are going to happen, but we still need to be able to live in the present moment and be able to embrace on what we have, because that's the beauty in life, and stop thinking about what we're missing, because those things are going to come into play slowly but surely, but embrace what you have right now. Be able to live and love on these things that you have right now going on in your journey, because think about the journey 5, 10, 15 years before. You gotta think of those things like that. As well as to last, like second to last, where does this matters most? Like, in which areas of our life does gratitude makes the biggest difference? I feel like everywhere does, from work, friendships, schoolwork, whatever. Gratitude impacts with everywhere. It's so many areas of our life that gratitude makes the biggest difference in, once we know what we can take and what we cannot take, but also learning from things we can't take. We're going to take it, but we're going to do it with chin up, chest out, and be comfortable with what happens. Gratitude matters everywhere, at work, at home, in friendships, in your mental health, and even in your self-talk. It's most powerful in spaces where stress, negativity, or like compassion tends to take over. Compression, compassion, all those things tend to take over. By practicing gratitude, you change the emotions tone of your environment and your relationship. It deepens appreciation and connections. Hold up, y'all. I think I skipped over something. Okay. By practicing gratitude, you change the emotional tone of your environment and your relationships. In the classroom, gratitude fosters patience and teamwork. At work, it builds morals and perspectives. In relationships, it deepens appreciation and connections. But most importantly, gratitude in your personal growth journey helps you stay grounded, reminding you that every step, even the hard ones, are part of becoming you, are a part of you, part of your becoming. But most importantly, gratitude in your personal growth journey helps you stay grounded, reminding you that every step, even the hard ones, are your becoming. Every area in our life, from at work, at home, at school, in relationships, in mental health, even in our self-talk, is a powerful space to help us express when we feel stress, negativity, or compassion. But by we having the gateway, the key, the knowledge, the jewels, and to be able to shift gears, when we're able to practice gratitude, it helps us change the tone, the emotional tone that we go through within those environments and relationships. When we stand up for ourselves in the classroom, in or outside the classroom, we are showing and displaying gratitude, fostering patience and teamwork, even when things are not where they're supposed to be. Even when we're working with people we don't want to work with, we still gotta foster gratitude within displaying patience and still getting team and still doing teamwork, because this has to get done one way or another. As well as at work, when we build the morals and values that mean something to us, when we stand up, be like, look, this is the gift of gratitude I'm going to show you, because in my journey I'm still going to find some joy and peace in this, and I'm standing 10 toes on it because I know my morals, I know my values, and I know what's for me. I'm not going to let nobody take this from me. As well as in relationships, the deep appreciation and connections are key. With it, understanding the gratitude of it, regardless of y'all going to be together or not, still be friends to the end or not, still be able to display the art and the gift of gratitude that impacts with the appreciation and the connection that you have with people. I know people I'm not cool. I'm not gonna say not cool. We're cool to this day, but we're not as close as we are. I still appreciate them, and I appreciate the connections that we've grown because the gift of gratitude that I have seen within them. But also, as a whole, it's mostly important that we understand that gratitude in our personal growth within the journey, it helps us to stay grounded, with helping us remind ourselves that every step, even the hard ones that we go through, are a part of our beginning and our becoming of who we are, that we have to be able to embrace the gift of gratitude and finding the joy in the journey, because even in the hard ones, the hard situations, we still got to find the gratitude of that. We still need to find the gift of the gratitude of that and finding joy within the journey, because it's going to be times we're going to go through hell, but damn that, we're still going to find joy in the morning and be able to embrace the gift of gratitude that we have gone through, the grace of gratitude that's being displayed and we're going to give out. And that impacts with, lastly, why is it important? Like, why is the gift of gratitude why is the gift of gratitude, finding joy in the journey, important? Why is it important? Why is gratitude essential for living a peaceful and joyful life as well? Because gratitude is the gateway to grace. It softens the heart, calms the mind, and strengthens your spirit. Without gratitude, life can feel like a checklist, always chasing and never content. But with it, you find meaningful in the midst of everything and purpose in the process. Practicing gratitude builds emotional stability and faith. It allows you to trust that even when things don't go as planned, you're still growing in unseen ways. Gratitude turns your faith from what's lacking to what's lasting, reminding you that joy is not something you find as a destination, it's something you captivate along the way. You cultivate along the way. That is very deep, impacting within the theme of the month, the vibe of the month, you know? And it's very important that we understand that gratitude is a gateway for grace. We have to give ourselves grace. It helps soothen and soften our heart, our mind, body, and soul. It keeps us calm, our mind calm, and it also strengthens our spirit. And one thing I love, like, you cannot and you will not let no one steal your joy. And I want you to know this. Even if someone have, And you let them get to that point. Well, my friend, don't let the next person do it, because you have so much power, so much gratitude. You don't want nobody to take advantage of it, and you don't want it to waste it. Because without gratitude, life can feel like a checklist. We don't want to keep checking off everything. Sometimes we have to expect the unexpected. Even when we wake up in the morning, we go to work, we have our businesses, our children, class, whatever. We have to expect the unexpected. Sometimes when we checklist everything, it don't go as planned. And sometimes if we don't get everything done in the day, that's okay. Because the gratitude is, we also have to realize that life can feel like a checklist, but we don't want that to happen. Because when we always chase it, we're never like seeing the content of it. But with it, we're still going to be able to find the meaningful in the midst of everything, because within the purpose is the process. And I want you all to remember that gratitude turns your focus from what's lacking to what's lasting. Whatever's lacking, the gratitude is going to show you what's lasting, and reminding you that joy is not something you find at the destination. It's something you cultivate along the way. You got to find joy in some place. Joy is not always going to be at the destination. You got to make the best out of it. Like road trips, planes, whatever. It may be hard and long, may be delays, but you still got to find joy in the morning. You still got to find joy in the midst of it, at night and whatever. Find joy. Love on the gift of the gratitude. Excuse me, within finding joy in your journey. Okay? And going back to the quote of the day / week, gratitude turns what we have into enough. Once said by Melody Betty. And as always, I thank you guys for tapping in. Remember, gratitude is not just about saying thank you. It's about feeling it deeply. Each day takes a moment to reflect on the gift you often overlook. The breath in your lungs, the lessons in your struggles, the people who cares. Gratitude shifts you from entering vibrantly. It attracts peace, love, and endurance into your life. Keep finding joy in the journey, and watch how your progression transitions everything around you. Okay? So as always, my friends, I want you guys to understand that the gift of gratitude is what's needed. It's a braceful that helps you find joy in the journey, regardless of how big or small things are going on. Please find joy and love on yourself, love on others, but also keep on appreciating what you have now, and stop thinking of what's missing. Appreciate and love on what you have now. Love how things are going, and accept the rejections and stuff. With things that goes right or wrong, please find joy and peace in the midst of everything. Don't let nothing or no one steal your joy. Don't let nobody think you're not grateful and don't have the gratitude of understanding what's going on. Gratitude is not just saying thank you, but it's also showing that you are, regardless of how big or small things happen, you're still able to be grateful and show the gratitude of, hey, look, damn, it happened, but I'm still going to be able to be blessed within this situation. Okay? As always, I thank you all so very much for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to me. Whether if you didn't listen to me right away or like 2, 3, 4 days afterwards, I thank you, because I really hope you guys learned a good amount of information from the first vibe of November, the first vibe of November of this year. I really hope that this helps someone. If you know someone that's going through this, please give them insight on this and let them listen to this, and also drop them some jewels as well. Okay? Because as always, I like you all so very much. Please be safe out here. Be careful. Enjoy your day, your week ahead. Don't forget to tune in to Vibing Out with Guests, the 25th guest appearance. And please, please, please appreciate everything that goes on in your life, and be grateful for everything, as well as showing gratitude as well. Okay? Until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye.